People who work at remote places like forest officers, oil rig workers, etc. What creepy things have you noticed while at work? I used to be a delivery driver for a pizza place in Central Florida. It wasn't a big city, but we had a pretty wide delivery zone, and parts of it got rural fast. Trailer parks, dirt roads, long stretches with no lights. It wasn't unusual to drive 10 or 15 minutes into the middle of nowhere to drop off a couple pizzas and a 2-liter soda. I didn't love it, but the tips were decent, and I'd gotten used to the late night weirdness. This one night, I got a delivery order around 9:30 p.m. Medium pepperoni, garlic knots, and a Sprite. Address was a trailer park right on the edge of our delivery zone, just barely inside the boundary. I knew the area. It was tucked off a 2-lane road with no streetlights and maybe one working stop sign. The kind of place where the trailers were scattered in crooked rows, and half of them didn't have porch lights. GPS barely worked out there. You had to count trailers or remember weird landmarks like the one with the blue tarp on the roof or the one with the broken swing set. I pulled in slowly, headlights sweeping over dented bumpers and rusted lawn chairs. Found the trailer I needed. Number spray painted on the steps. There was no porch light, but someone had propped the door open with a rock, so I figured they were expecting me. I left the engine running, dome light on, music low. Grabbed the food, walked up, knocked once. A woman answered, mid-40s maybe, in an oversized hoodie. She didn't say much, just took the food, handed me the cash, and closed the door. Totally normal. I turned around and walked back to my car, and that's when I saw him. Old man, thin, shirtless, standing maybe 3 feet from my driver's side door. I hadn't seen or heard him when I parked. He hadn't made a sound while I was at the trailer, just appeared there. Pale, hunched slightly, wearing ragged pants and no shoes. His eyes were wide open, not moving, just staring at me through the window. I froze. Total jump scare feeling. My keys were already in the ignition, engine running, and the dome light was still on. He was standing so close to the car I couldn't open the door without hitting him. I locked eyes with him for maybe half a second, long enough to feel the hair on my arms rise. Then I slid across the seat and got out the passenger side. Didn't say a word, just got out, walked around the back of the car, and got in the driver's seat. Still watching me, still not moving. I slammed the door and drove. Had to do a U-turn at the end of the lane to get out. When I turned around, my headlights caught him again. He was standing in the middle of the road. Same exact posture. Arms loose at his sides, feet planted, just watching. His pupils caught the light like an animal's, reflective and glassy. I slowed for a second out of pure instinct, then realized he wasn't moving and gunned it, swerving around him with maybe a foot of space. My rearview mirror lit up with his figure growing smaller, but I wasn't looking for long. That should have been it. But as I hit the exit of the trailer park, I checked my mirror one more time. He was running. I don't mean a jog. I mean full sprint, arms pumping, bare feet slapping the dirt. I don't know how old he was. Maybe 60, maybe older. But he was moving way too fast for someone his age. His legs were thin, knees bending weird, like he hadn't run in years but still knew how. He didn't yell, didn't wave, just chased. I hit the gas hard and didn't let up until I got back to the highway. Only then did I realize I was gripping the steering wheel so tight my knuckles were white. I got back to the store around 10, tossed the receipt book on the counter, sat in the back and didn't say anything. One of the other drivers asked me if something happened, and I just shook my head. I put in my 2 weeks the next morning. They didn't ask for a reason. Maybe they'd heard stories from other drivers. Maybe they didn't need one. I worked the rest of my notice during the day shift, refused to take any deliveries past sundown. To this day, I don't know who that man was, whether he lived there, whether he meant harm, but I still remember how quiet it was when I first saw him, how his eyes didn't blink, and how fast he ran after me like something had snapped loose inside him. That was the last time I ever delivered to that trailer park.